Here on Blade Talk and our corresponding channels, we recognize our U.S. veterans. For all their sacrifices and their struggles, our beloved veterans, you're always welcome and respected. Enjoy the show.
What is up, guys? Thanks for joining me. Trying to do like a Tuesday. I'm getting all my incense and all my stuff lit up. All right. Who's in the room? Who's in the room? So, guys, I am broadcasting today widescreen and also in vertical mode. I actually have to make sure I'm shifted so my shorts people, my vertical people are going to see me at the same time. Guys, I'm curious. Let me know. Actually, I think I could see it. The people that are joining me through the shorts. Michael, are you joining me through vertical short, through the vertical live? It looks like it is like a little vertical symbol next to your name on Streamyard. I'm curious to see how people are joining me because I'm doing the vertical horizontal new feature in Streamyard, which is pretty damn cool. You're on vertical, yes, because that symbol is there. Crispy Critters, you're on widescreen. Alex, you're on widescreen. It's pretty cool how this shit works. So anyway, guys, a lot of things I wanted to do with this live today. I wanted to kind of come on here. I'm sure a couple of you guys in the room had seen my video. Also, let me know if you're hearing me okay. It looks like my meters are going in. I'm using my DJI mic with my camera, so I'm assuming it should be coming in loud and clear and everything's okay. Yes, that's what I was going to say. If you guys are, and I'm going to repeat this over and over again, if you guys are joining me over vertical, it's going to be easier for you to switch over to horizontal while I show swords and, because I could hold it vertically, but it's going to be a little easier with the horizontal screen to show swords. Because one of the things that I wanted to do, what's up, Larry? What's up, buddy? Thanks for joining me, my friend. Much appreciated. Who else came in earlier I didn't say hello to? Marco's in the room. Thank you, Marco. Whiteworks, I believe it is. Oh, I don't have my glasses. I can't even see that. It's like a bunch of W's. Thanks, buddy, for joining me. I'm on Vertical Live. If you guys are joining me for the first time on a vertical and you're seeing this from the shorts feed, let me actually change over. So you saw my little symbol there. Happy Thanksgiving. It's never too early to start wishing people a happy Thanksgiving. It's going to be here before you know it. Hopefully that's a great and restful and good time with you and family. And let me switch over to a couple different things here. Hold on. I had something that I wanted to switch to. There's so many new features with StreamYard that it's just so hard to freaking keep up. Yes, this is what I wanted to do. Okay, yes, like and subscribe. So, guys, if you guys are joining me on the Vertical Live for the first time and you're seeing me over the Vertical and you're not subscribed, like and subscribe. It helps me grow my channel. The more people that like, the more people that subscribe helps me to get my channel out of this bubble that I'm in. I'm in like a bubble, and I need to get out of this bubble, and I need to do that by getting to 10,000 subscribers at least, just to get into that next digit over is going to be a big help. It's almost like you don't even get looked at anymore if you're not in like the 10,000 range of subscribers. So yes, like and subscribe would be a big help. Thank you very much. Michael, as always, with the memberships. Thank you very much, my man. Thank you very much for the memberships, the gifted memberships, whoever's in the room. And if you are getting a gifted membership from my boy Michael. And Michael, you need to email me before I forget. Michael, email me. Find my email in the contacts on my bio on my webpage. Email me because I definitely want to catch up with you. We need to talk over the email. So please email me at some point tonight or tomorrow. I need to communicate with you. If you would remember to do so, please. Good stuff on the bastard sword. Yes, that sword is a real freaking bastard. Let me tell you, that's some bastard. That sword sounds like a Saturday Night Live freaking clip. That is a nice sword. One of the things I wanted to do on this live is to really. I am going to do an intro. I did part 1 on the. What the hell did I call it? European Sword Connection. Yes, European Sword Connection part 1, and that's where I did the first sword, which is the Vanguard. I'm going to do part 2, which is going to be the Anguilla, I believe, the arming sword, and then I'm going to do my other 2 swords, which are really freaking nice. So what I wanted to do is do an introduction. I was going to do an open box, but I figured, you know what? Let's stretch it out. Let's do an introduction on each sword, just to get you the details, get you the B-roll, because I feel like sometimes with the open box, it's just too much information all at once. And I figured, let me spread it out. Romance of Men, they're good people. Henrique that's what I call him, Henrique. It's his actual name is Hellerquim, or something like that. And but I call him Henrique. Good people. Good freaking people. I mean, he's been sending me samples and sponsoring my channel with swords for the videos for a good almost 3 years now. It's got to be almost 3 years now, at least solid 2, almost 3 years now. And he's been so kind in getting me over samples, and he just sent me 4 swords, 2 huge freaking boxes, and you can imagine how big these swords are and how much of an expense it is and an effort it is to send 4 of these freaking big swords. It's not easy. It's not like a katana or a waki. You know, these are long swords. These are freaking over 40 inches long. So between the weight and the height and everything and wrapping them up. So much appreciation to Henrique and Romance of Men. So I really wanted to try to get a lot of information out there and try to give each sword their attention, their due attention, as far as giving them an introduction of my first reaction and of the details and the B-roll and all that stuff. And then I'm going to circle back again and give it a full review once over, and also do a cutting demo, how it feels, how it cuts, and how it holds up, and all that stuff. And again, Michael, thank you for the gift of memberships. I appreciate it, my friend. Let me put you on screen. All right, so Michael, I have to say I'm completely blown away with the quality of these swords for the price. We're truly in a golden age of katana European swords. A sword like that 5 to 10 years ago would be 700 to 1K. Well, a sword like that is 700 to over 1K. It is. I mean, depending on the manufacturer you're dealing with. I mean, if you saw the screen I put on Albion, I mean, their swords 1,200, 1,300, 4,000, 3,000. They're not really, I mean, at first glance, they're not that dissimilar than what you're seeing from Romance of Men. Obviously, you hold them in hand and you feel them, and you see the detailed work, and everything is genuine and top-notch shit. I mean, it's great. Are they worth that kind of money? I don't know, man. I don't know. When you get a fucking sword like this in your hand, to go thinking about spending that much on a sword, a European sword, that much, I don't know, man. I don't know. And a lot of times Albion doesn't even give you scabbards. They don't even give you the scabbard to put the damn sword away in. You got to pay extra for that. That's a deal breaker for me. That's one thing that I never liked about Albion. Their swords are top notch, the best in the industry in terms of European swords. Nobody comes close to their quality. But the price and the fact that they don't give you a scabbard, that's a fucking deal breaker. You spend $1,300 on the sword and you don't get a scabbard. That's horrible. Swordia does a great job too. There's a lot of companies, like I said in my video, there's a lot of fucking companies that are really stepping up and able to now distribute all right, this is what I think is happening. What happened with Katana, where they found a way to kind of give you a mass production type of item by still giving you quality, and able to give you katana within the sub $100, sub $300 range and have pretty good quality swords. That's going into the European side now. Yes, in recent, it's also because the mass production, because like Alex said, mass production, because people are now starting to buy European swords. It's kind of like the galaxies are aligning. People are getting interested in European swords and they're buying them, and at the same time, they're able to supply more. And since they're supplying more, they're able to kind of just force the price to get lower from the suppliers and the makers. So a lot of things are happening that are good altogether with European sword market. That's a good. Actually, let me get some water. Talk amongst yourselves. Malcolm, that's one of the other things I want to talk about is the situation with the S5 from Cloudhammer. I actually put in a poll. I put in a challenge on this live stream. I got to make sure I remember the vertical people, that I'm not coming off the fucking screen. Guys, if you're having trouble seeing me on vertical, switch over to my channel, subscribe if you can, and also go to the horizontal. You're able to see me a little bit better. Vertical is just to kind of get out there a little bit. Let me see who actually. Yes, Malcolm. One of the things that I wanted to talk about was the reason why Path to Destruction Part 2, about the sword I tested from Cloudhammer that was supposed to be S5, what the outcome was, and to finish up that Part 2 with the breaking of it and what it took to break it, and also the results of the test, the lab results and all that. I've been wanting to do a live to kind of explain what the situation is and what the holdup is why I haven't gotten out the Part 2 of the Path to Destruction with that S5 sword that I broke. I will actually show you the sword if you want. Hold on. All right, so this is the S5 blade. And this is the broken S5 blade. Let me see if I can get you a better screenshot. There's the breakage right there. And this thing can pretty much still cut you. And there is the damage to the blade there. So it did break. This is kind of loose, but I got to tell you, the Ito and everything is still in pretty good shape. But obviously this is, dingling around over there and shit. But yes, I did end up breaking this S5 blade. So that was a success. The reason, now I know I'm trying to beat around the bush here. Ouch is right. Now, the reason why I broke it, if you guys are new to what I'm doing, quick synopsis. There was a whole conspiracy thing that was going on sometime last year, or beginning of the year. I don't even know how fucking long ago it was, about sword companies, some deliberate and some by mistake, were supplying people with S5 katana, but weren't really S5 katana. And we only found that out because we had a YouTuber, and I got involved at the same time. It's just that one YouTuber sent it out before anybody else and got the results back, which is Matthew Jensen. And he realized that one of the S7s from S5s from Shadow Dancer ended up being like a 1070 or some shit. And then I ended up testing Cloudhammer, and it wasn't an S5, what ended up being S7, but that was a supply chain issue, incompetence more than anything else. So we got into this whole sword conspiracy things, and people were pissed off, and people wanted to, were going nuts that they were getting ripped off. But they did do the right thing, and they did resupply and refund people who were affected with the not getting the right steel. So I had vowed that I would get to the bottom of it. I would make sure that I would get samples from these companies if they're turning over a new leaf, to make sure that they are supplying the super steels that they're promising people as advertised. So I do have a sword in back of me, which is an S7 blade from Shadow Dancer, which I am going to be breaking next, which is this one here. I know I keep on diverting over. Is this the S7? Yeah. So this is the S7 blade. S7 katana from Shadow Dancer. That's actually a really really nice sword. It's actually a shame to break it, but this is the S7 blade from Shadow Dancer. Really nice polish on it as well. You know, they always do a really nice job with the polishing work. So this is S7. I mean, look at that Koiguchi, guys. Look how clean that is. I mean, Shadow Dancer really does a great job. Nice slim saya. It's beautiful. And this is a lot sharper than the Cloud Hammer one so far, as far as I see. So that's the next sword that I'm going to break, unfortunately, but that's pretty much the whole purpose of it, to test out if that sword is in fact S7. But I did get now that sword that I just showed you, this S5 from Cloudhammer, was a sword I broke, and this sword was sent to me for the purpose of destruction so I can get it tested from a metal lab and see if it is S5. And that's where I am at this point, and that's where I had to do a part 2 to show you what's going on. Just to give you a quick synopsis. Michael. Tested as S7, so I hope SD is being honest this time. Yes, Samurai Birds S7 tested as S7. I don't have any doubts that should test as S7, but I am going to still test it. I am still going to do my own, out of my own basically time to basically send it out and my own effort to get it tested. I am going to do that, and with the S7 as well, as I did with the S5, just to really reinforce. All right, now you got Birds results back from a totally different lab that I'm using. His is S7, mine is or is not S7. So at least it's more reinforcement from the metal labs to get the metal tested to see if whatever they're advertising is what they're giving you. And Mattisfaction, I don't think knife companies could get away with this shit. Knife companies would get crucified if they said it's supposed to be getting S45 and it's not S45. It's like freaking like 440 or some shit. What do you think would happen in the knife world, Matty, if knife manufacturers did that? I think they would honestly get crucified. I think they won't have a strike one, strike two. I think they'll be just drawn out of business and shit. Replacement. Well, you will get to the replacement. You're saying the S5 Kodachi replacement from Cloudhammer or from Serpenta? From Shadow Dancer or from Cloudhammer? Who are you waiting on? I think so, Michael. So what do you think, Maddie? What do you think if the knife companies did that? I'm curious to know your take on that. If they promised people a certain steel and they didn't deliver on it and somebody got the metal tested and it ended up being not the right steel that they're advertising. I think it would be pretty bad. My only clear about the S7 GU. I don't have my glasses on, guys. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can get you back on screen. GU. My only complaint about the S7 Tyrannosaurus I got was the sharpness wasn't as expected, but then again, I am spoiled by ROM, by Romance of Men. Their swords, it is sharper than the Cloudhammer one, but I noticed that a lot of all the Shadow Dancer swords I had was sharper than this one. I don't know why why the S7s and the S5s are not sharpened to the point that their T10s or 9260s or spring steels or all those other steel metals are sharpened. I don't know why they're not as sharp. I have to really find out about that, because now I'm seeing not probably one S5 or S7. This is probably my third one in the S steels that is not as sharp as other steels, and I can't understand why. Maddie said they'll be destroyed. Let me actually put you on screen. I asked Maddie if the knife companies ended up basically giving people fraudulent steels after getting tested, and the lab results would conclude that they were giving people the wrong steels. And he said they'd get destroyed by the community. It's happened before. I'm sure it has. It's part of why lots of companies are using better steels now and holding themselves to high standards. Yeah, and it's been happening with sword companies for a while, and I think now people finally starting to realize it. But I think it's more honestly for, you're not going to find that problem with T10. You're not going to find that problem with 1095. You're not going to find that problem with 960 or spring steels. It's the super steels, because the super steels are very expensive and very time consuming very time intensive to get done and done right. So it's still a new tech. So people want to compete. These companies want to compete in a market that is offering them, or some are, or at least allegedly offering them, because it is a popular steel. And unfortunately, they're not approaching it the right way. So I don't think it's happening. It's been happening. I think it's only happening with the S steels. What's up, Gene? What's up, buddy? Thanks for coming in, man. They get lynched. Absolutely. They get lynched if it was a knife company doing that shit. Absolutely, man. Spring steels are no issues. T10s. A lot of the normal steels that we use on a day-to-day basis are not going to be an issue. They're legit. They're producing them without a doubt, supplying them in China, out of China, whatever it is. They're still the same chemical composition of actual T10 or whatever you got. It's just the S steels are the problem. That's the fucking problem. It's the S steels and shit, you know? So anyway, I keep on drifting farther away. You guys, I came on this live because I wanted to explain to you guys why the hell my part 2 is not out. Okay. The reason why I didn't deliver it is because there's still more testing. There's still more things that I have to do. And if I was to deliver it in the state that my conclusion was a couple weeks ago, I would have to redact or basically take back that video and redo it with new information. So I says, before I was about to do it, I said, you know what? I'm not ready to put this video out. There's something else I still have to do. And there's another sword I still have to test. I mean, basically that's what it is. I don't want to say too much. I'm not even going to disclose it yet with the lab results, if the sword is S5 or not, because that's going to kind of ruin the whole premise of the video coming into play. So I am sorry I'm being so coded, so freaking talking in code and being so mysterious about this, but I really need to approach it the right way. And if I conclude anything right now or let you know anything about the results I got right now, it's going to be half the story. And I'd rather not give you half the story. I'd rather give you the whole story when it's completely concluded. I hope that fucking makes sense, because that's the reason why I didn't release the part 2, because there's still some things that I have to do. That rhymes. But yes, I did break it. I did get it tested. I do have the results. There's something else I still need to do. And in the process, I'm also going to break the S7, and I might compare the two with how long it took to break each one, to really also put them side by side, since they were both involved. So there's a couple of things that I need to do with this part 2. There's a lot of information that I am going to really jam pack into that video, with many different types of scenarios and days of work and days of testing that are all going to be edited in from different days into that one video. So I'm not going to, I promise you, it's not going to be part 2, part 3, part 4. I'm not doing that this time. I am going to put everything all into one video, even if it's a 35-minute long video, whatever. I am going to put it all into one video and give you all of the information I have. I do not want to do this half-ass. I think it's really that important. I put a lot of time and effort and work into this, and it needs to be approached the right way. So I am not ready to disclose anything to you right now until I really finish up something else very crucial and important to the results of what I need to give you done first. Hope that makes sense. Thank you for waiting, Michael. I appreciate you guys being patient. I really wanted to get this out there, but I felt like I owe it to you guys to be as truthful and as complete and detailed as possible, as you know me to be. And if I did it, put out the part 2 a couple weeks ago as I was ready to, it would have been half-assed and incomplete, and I would have to redact or retract everything that I did to make a new fucking video and have a part 3 or part 4. That's stupid. So that's the decision I made. Also with Matthew Jensen, he agreed with me. We're all going to collab. To a certain extent, Matthew and I are going to collab on the next couple of videos with the testing of the steels and stuff. So that should be pretty fun as well. So we'll see how that shit works out. I'm glad it makes sense. I'm glad you guys understand. I know I'm being very vague and mysterious and talking in code, but I'm trying not to disclose anything that I don't want to get out there right now and shit. So part 2 is on hold. Part 2 is coming, Path to Destruction. I will let you know if Cloudhammer and Shadow Dancer is true to their word. I will let you know how strong S5 truly is, how strong S7 truly is. With the actual testing, I have everything documented and recorded. Everything is going to be on paper, and it's all going to be as scientific or non-scientific as possible, or at least as detailed and as example rich as possible. I don't know how to express it, but it's not science, but it's going to be just by example as much as I possibly can. And I promise you, I'll do my best to give you all the best information as possible. But please be patient and wait. So you saw where I am. The sword is broken. I have the lab results, but that's it. Zipped up. Not saying anything else. So spread the word around. That's the deal. If anybody is curious about it, I will let them watch this live and they can get an explanation. Maybe I'll put out a post or some shit like that as well. I fucking agree with you, Larry. I agree with you about that, my friend. Oh shit, that's funny. Let me go to what do we got here? Like and subscribe. Let's get my turkey. Here's my festive Thanksgiving freaking screen. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm blocking my name though. I don't like that shit. On the short, it's not, but I'll keep the festive Thanksgiving. I like all these little new things that are going on here. So what else we got, guys? So I am going to show you. So okay, so that's out of the way. Boom, done, over. So celebration of Romance of Men, celebration of the fact that Sortier and even Shadow Dancer, not for nothing, Shadow Dancer is also providing European swords now and there. I have about 1 or 2 Shadow Dancer European swords coming my way. So I may start doing a lot more European swords on my channel. And I've been waiting to do that for a long time. And I'll be honest with you, Albion would never send me a sample. Their swords are way too expensive and they're a little too conceited and stuck up to send anybody fucking samples. In fact, a lot of samples that Matthew Jensen has reviewed from Albion has been from reviewers or swords he's bought himself from the second market and shit like that. I cannot afford a fucking Albion sword. I can't afford a sword, period. But I cannot afford an Albion sword. So the fact that now, and I've been wanting so badly to try and get European swords reviewed on my channel, and really, even though I love doing katana, I really want to do all swords. And now that basically it's more possible to get these swords on and in tune, I'm just stoked about it. I am absolutely stoked about it. S.H. Himes, thank you for joining me on a vertical short. If you guys want to see me on horizontal, I'm also broadcasting horizontal, a widescreen live on my actual channel. If you want to go in there, because when I start showing swords and stuff, it's going to be a little easier to see me and see the swords on a vertical flame as I move back and shit, and you can see everything a little bit better. But thank you for joining me on the vertical. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and like and do all that stuff. It'll help me get to my 10K mark on YouTube, because that's the only way to get valid these days, is to get into that extra digit of 10K. Seen on sword is that Shadow Dancer has a long sword out. That's the one I'm getting, I think. I think it's that long sword. Couple coming out. Yep, a lot of companies are doing it. I'm really happy. I think European swords are going to be coming into mainstream. They are coming into mainstream. The fact that Romance of Men, out of nowhere, just all of a sudden started fucking producing such really nice European swords, it blew my socks off. I was really surprised to get that email from Henrique and say, listen, I got these 4 swords I want to send you. I said, shit, yeah. And then when I looked them up and I saw the price, I'm like, these things at that price, I mean, these things look great. Even on the pictures themselves, I saw right off the bat, they look pretty damn quality. And then as soon as I opened up out of the box, I'm like, wow. I mean, they really came a long way being able to produce European swords, which are expensive as hell to produce, with this type of quality for that price. That's a celebration to be had. And that's another reason why I wanted to do this live, to show you the other swords, the Vanguard again, and show you the other swords, and show you what's coming up on their individual videos and stuff. Just want to wait. I wanted to wait until about a little over 30 minutes. And so I get some more people in the room before I start showing you the swords. So this way, maybe some people joining in late are able to see the swords as well. Obviously, you see them replay, but not a lot of people replay lives and shit. Who else is in the room? Thank you, Gina. Appreciate it. Yes, the like button is always needed. It's crazy the algorithm, the way it works, man. The more people that like your videos, the more people that watch your videos, obviously, but the more people that like your videos, the better it spreads. And if they don't see a lot of likes and a lot of views on videos, they don't spread it out past subscribers, and it doesn't get the views it's supposed to be getting. And it's just, so that's why the subscribers are always so important to be the ones that are going to set the stage for the videos to get popular and get viral. So I really rely on my subscribers to be able to watch, like, and share my videos. No pressure, my subscribers, but it's just the way it is. That's just the way it works. That's the way YouTube works, man. That's the way freaking YouTube works. Swords and big knives are hard to capture in detail as well. Yeah, absolutely. In general, absolutely. My knife journey. Thanks for coming in, Scott. Appreciate it, buddy. Good energy and vibes. I'm sending them you. Everybody needs some good energy and vibes. S. Hines, I believe it is. We all need some good energy and vibes. Please send it our way. I think we all need it in today's day and age. Everybody's going through something these days. We're all in the same boat, man. Doesn't matter who you are, where you are, who you did, who you voted for, who you did, who you voted for, we're all in the same boat. We all need good vibes. We all need some joining and some unity, man. We really do. Absolutely. Word of mouth travels faster than anything. ABS is more resilient than wood, but absorbs shock less. Yes, you're right. It's like that man-made material. Yes, you're absolutely right about that. Yeah, the ABS is what they use for their handles as well. Romance of Men uses the ABS material on their handles, which is pretty interesting. Feels pretty good in the hand. It's got a nice shape. I like how the handles feel. I really do. I'm waiting another couple of minutes, guys, to see if I can get any more people in the room before I start showing some swords. Reaching out for help is never a sign of weakness, and I support my veterans on my channel. If you saw the beginning of my video, I do all my lives doing a dedication to our veterans, our veterans, not my veterans, our veterans, and my grand respect and admiration for our veterans. And if you are a vet or if you are having problems in life, pick up the phone, dial 988, 3 digits, and get to some people that can help you before you do anything that you're not going to be able to take back. So if you need help, please reach out to people that can help you. Dial 988. It is this suicide prevention hotline. Or just people that give you confidence and give you good words to keep you going. I mean, it doesn't have to be just that. It's just people that help you mentally and shit, you know? Oh, man. Fucking Scott, I have plenty Wakizashi that I recommend. I mean, if you look right in back of me this way, where am I? That way. I have 3 Wakizashis right there. And since you brought up Wakizashis and we are talking about Romance of Men, let me show you the Romance of Men Wakizashi that I actually produced. I didn't produce it. I designed this for Romance of Men, and they built it for me, and they liked it so much they wanted to sell it with my name on it. They wanted me to name it, put a prologue with it, and this is actually called the Black Mamba Wakizashi. I mean, look at that, like freaking snake skin, snake scales type of feel, like all wrapped around. That's why I call it the Black Mamba. It looks like a fucking black snake, no? Like if you hold this close and you spread this on the screen, it looks like a black mamba. It's pretty wild. Nice stitching all the way around. This is good. This will last, man. I do have other ones, but this is one that I'm showing you. This is a T10 blade, nice fittings, Very tight, very sharp, very good cutter. Nice habaki. You got the leather wrapped Ito, real Samigawa, black stained Samigawa. And I did a lot of heavy cutting with this thing, and this thing did really well. I basically cut a lot of tree branches and stuff like that with this, and this thing, vibration-wise, it didn't loosen or it didn't chip. This is actually a pretty strong sword. So just because it looks fancy doesn't mean it's not going to last. It's definitely a really good sword. So this is a Wakizashi, the Black Mamba from Romance of Men. You know what? I know, I'm surprised too. I wanted to go with a black and gray this time. Yes, I didn't put any red on it other than basically maybe cut myself once or twice and there was a little blood on the blade. But other than that, that washed off. That doesn't stay there. I did not put any red on it, and you know me so well, Michael. Absolutely. But I did put red on others. So this is another really, really good Wakizashi from J.Ku Sino Swords. There is some red on the saya here. It's got like a fire, like a lava. You see the beautiful bullhorn there, the bullhorn there on over the Koiguchi, and the bullhorn on the Korigata. This is a fully loaded Wakizashi from J.Ku. Yeah, that's more like a Shirasaya. You're talking about Shirasaya. That's not really meant to be used. Without a guard, one wood piece, that's a Shirasaya. That's just to store the blade. That's not a sword that's just for storage and for display. It's not meant to be used. Well, if that's what you're thinking about, with one like a box with no guard, that's a Shirasaya. That's just to store the blade. That's for like expensive blades that you need to mount and you need to store, or if you just love the blade and you don't want to do anything but store it and display it, you will put it in something called a Shirasaya. But this particular one, incredibly tight Ito. There's so many things to like about this sword. There really is. So many things to like about this sword. What's to like about this sword is the fact that it's got. This is actually This is a Koji Hamon. I think you could probably see it on the camera. Look how beautiful that Hamon is. It's a Choji Hamon. Very, very prominent. Very beautiful polishing work on this sword. Look at that termination at the bohi, at the Yokote line. The bow sheet, it's beautiful. It's got a nice fuller here. It's just an absolutely gorgeous sword. So this is a really good cutting sword as well. I did a lot of great cutting. Look, I mean, any lighting you can see this sword is. You can see how beautiful the polishing work is on this Wakizashi. I mean, it's a beautiful sword, but it's also really good, very light and nimble cutter, very good in the hands, very, very, very sharp still. It's just a really good sword and a very, very good fit. Okay, you have the bullhorn everywhere. It's all fully loaded. I mean, it's a really well-made sword from J.Ku Sino Swords. And it was kind of like a custom type of sword, you know? I have to show you the Euro swords. This sword is also from J.Ku. This is this sword is actually Unuku Bizakuri, I believe it is. Yes, it's Unuku Bizakuri type of geometric. Also really, really nice, beautiful polish, beautiful Hamon. I think it's a mid-hair Hamon. They did a really nice job with this as well. Really nice fittings, very tight, good diamonds, incredibly tight Ito that J.Ku does, and a really good polishing work, and also really good fit with the race skin on the saya. There's your red, splash red for you, Michael. These are three good Wakizashis. I definitely recommend them. I also have like modern style, but then I'm going to have to be showing you a whole bunch of stuff. What else we got? Tempest, what's up, buddy? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Great cutter, Tempest. He's a great cutter. If you want to see some really good, impossible looking cuts, definitely take a look at his channel. I don't know if Eric is in the room. If Eric is in the room, I definitely recommend him for the same reason. Great cutters. Take a look at his channel. Click on it. Give him a sub. A lot of people that are coming in, guys, are people that have their own channels and stuff. So basically, be so kind to kind of give them a sub and follow their channels as well if you like this type of genre of stuff. Yeah, the Black Mamba is really nice, but now that Michael's telling me, I wish I threw a little splash of red on it somewhere. But it's definitely fits the theme of the Black Mamba. That's why I named it that way and gave it the whole synopsis of a snake and shit. So it's pretty cool. So that's on the website right now. It's over my my website, my old channel name. It's under JS Bladecraft. I have to tell him to change it to Steel Mindset. Was my old channel name. It says from Joe Steele from the JS Bladecraft. So that was kind of cool. So again, Romance of Men. So stoked. And it's like a celebration for me that they are producing some really good European swords. And the fact that I'm celebrating the fact that I am finally at the point where I'm able to give my viewers a real good display of quality European swords. I've done a lot through the years and stuff, through the 5 years, but far and in between. And they weren't really that great. I mean, I had a couple from Cat Siberia, which were good. The King Arthur one. I had the Conan sword, Father's sword from freaking Ryan sword, which is hanging on my wall. Couple of them here and there, but nothing that I could really write home and say, wow, this is actually a pretty good bang for the buck, good deal. Until I saw these Romance of Men swords. And as soon as he sent me these email, I'm like, wow, these are real deal for that price and shit. And then when I opened them up and I played with the Vanguard a little bit, I'm like, holy shit. This is awesome. And I'm realizing that this is like a new advent for my channel and for the industry, being able to now get katana people into European swords or getting a European sword market, which is huge, to be able to watch my videos as well, because, some people don't want to just see katana. They want to see European swords, or they just want to see European swords. So I'm not alienating anybody anymore. I'm able to give more types of swords for different types of parties, which is cool. Christmas shout out list. What is that? Is that for for items, like Christmas shout out for items or channels or people, or what is that for, Tempest? I need to get to Titan. I actually asked John about that, but he says back then it was like 6 weeks for him to get them in. So I'm waiting for him to get them in, and then he'll send me one. So, but that is some freaking, that Titan sword, that big wide 5-inch freaking wide blade or some shit. That thing is a fucking beast. That's an axe in sword mode. That is wild shit. Yes, any type of sword is cool, but it's just nice to have all types of swords. My goal with this channel 5 years ago was to do all style swords. It's just that I could not afford all style swords. I can only get into katana. And now that I am able to get European swords because companies are able to get them and supply them a little easier, there's now an open door for me to really be able to get European swords. So I'm educating myself. I'm trying to get an idea how to swing them, how to use them the right way, and try not to make myself look like a fool, which I will. But I can handle European swords. I've swung them before. But they're a lot of fun. They're just so much force and aggression behind the swings. I mean, the European swords and long swords are fucking amazing, amazing fucking hitters. They really are. Holy shit, they're scary though. Oh, very cool, Tempest. Thank you, buddy. That's really cool of you. I'm gonna do something similar to that, similar to whatever you're talking about during Christmas time, and try to get some shout outs to some channels and spread the love and all that shit. Maybe around Thanksgiving as well. Maybe I'll do it for Thanksgiving instead. We'll see what happens. Yes, you can. You can help me with the Tempest. Tempest, you can help me with the Eurosword, Kiki, because you do it all the time. So once you see me swinging around, you let me know what I could do better. But anyway, so listen, we're on for 44 minutes. How many people in the room? Wish it was more, but let me start showing you. Hopefully, get you on a replay. Let me go to the Euro swords. I want to show you the Vanguard again. I want to show you the other 3 swords of what's to come with the with Romance of Men. So hang tight, guys. Let me get it all organized. Romance of Men is a couple new additions to their medieval line, which I'm going to show you. The execution is pretty crazy. That is nuts. The Executioner is pretty freaking crazy. They just added the Executioner like yesterday or something like that. That is pretty nuts. I'm going to have to see if they can send me that. That's a demolisher of swords. That's the Executioner, Michael Snyder, is like, it kind of reminds me of the Titan from RVA. It's like the same type of sword. You got to take a look. The Executioner is basically exactly what it is. It's the Executioner sword. It doesn't have a point. It's just a straight freaking edge. It's almost like a sax type of sword, similar to like a sax and shit. Oh, man, am I thirsty. Okay. All right, so let's show you some swords. What do you say? Let me know. Can you guys still hear me okay? All right, good. All right. You guys want to see the Vanguard again? All right. All right, guys. Once again, if you are joining me on a vertical, which is here, I can't hold it like this. I'm going to hold it like this. If you are joining me on a vertical live, I am also broadcasting in widescreen on my physical channel. So if you're able to go to my channel, subscribe if you can, and join me on widescreen, it's going to be a little easier, a lot easier rather, to be able to see this sword in a widescreen format. So if you are on vertical, guys, switch over to widescreen on my channel. You'll still see what everybody else is seeing. It's just it'll be in widescreen. So, but again, welcome to my vertical people. If you want to stay on vertical, that's by all means, you do whatever you need to do. So just letting you know, you can see it better in widescreen. So this is the Vanguard 279, 32-inch blade, spring steel, POB of like 4 inches, which is awesome. It's just beautiful wrapped leather, a nice solid pine, piece of pine. You got stainless steel tip, or it's nice that it's all stainless steel. The fact that basically the pommel, the guard, everything is kind of stainless steel, and you don't have to worry about anything rusting on you is really just it's exactly what you would need in these types of furniture pieces. And here is the guard. Again, it's not anything particular. You see a lot of guards like this in the European market. ABS, it's what is it? Is that what it's called? ABS material on the handle, very solid, nice leather wrapping, nice stitching work, and it doesn't feel like it's shifting or it's going to shift. Nice transitions here. They just did a nice job. The pommel's beautiful, you know, with that like Celtic symbol, Celtic cross type of symbol with the gold, adding like a nice little splash of gold on here. And then you got nice pins here on the belts. I mean, just nice little details, a little like beading work in the middle of the actual scabbard, and it just the fit is phenomenally good. Fits into place, doesn't really fall out easily, and it just has a nice fit. Doesn't rattle in there and stuff. And you know, it's a nice polishing work. I mean, it's not ultra polished, but look at the width of this blade. I mean, and if you saw my history, if you heard my history lesson of why they made this hand and a half, or called bastard sword, is because they needed to fill a niche of having something stronger than a arming sword, something that you can get a hand and a half on here if you really want to get this very wide, imposing, very robust blade. If you want to really be able to get 2 hands on it and have a very strong strike with two hands, as opposed to basically 1 hand as an arming sword, that's where the bastard sword came in. It was there to fill a niche, and that was because a lot of armor, now 2 new types of armor, came into play, and they needed something stronger and robust that was able to execute more devastating, effective strikes. And that's where the bastard sword came in. It's a bastard sword because it's kind of like a hybrid. It's a hybrid between a 2-handed and a 1-handed sword, being a hand and a half sword, where you're basically holding it here and you're taking a grip on the pommel. Okay? I don't think I'm saying anything that's wrong. I think that's pretty much what it is. But this has got a nice feel to it. Nice spring steel. And it's just, it's going to spring back into shape. Got a nice sharp edge. I show you the slicing of the paper. This thing is a really, really, really nice sword. So you saw this already, and I did a whole video on it just now. So I'll move on from this, and I'll show you my other ones. So let's see what else we got. Beautiful. It is a beautiful sword. It does. It does remind you that, Mike. As far as the triple fuller on the top, and then it goes into that one long filler. It definitely reminds you of that for sure. They're not as hard as you think to wield these swords. They really are. I mean, they're pretty. The point POB is very good. Obviously, they're heavier than a normal sword, but the POB is pretty damn good. Where it's balanced enough where as long as you have a good grip on and you have a good stance, you can definitely get some really nice swings on it. You just got to get your edge alignment right, and then you'll be okay. You know. All right, so let me see the other sword that I wanted to do. So the other sword is going to be the Aquila arming sword. I have to get you on another screen so you can see. I can't see the chat right now. All right, so this is the next sword. I showed this a little bit on the video. This is the Aquila arming sword. Now this has a shorter hilt, a shorter overall hilt, and a shorter grip right here where you're able, it's more of a one-handed operation. So this is more of an arming sword. This sword is shorter. It's about, with the pommel, it's 5.9 inches on the handle length or the hilt. Total length is about 37 inches total length compared to like 41 or 42 of the Vanguard. This is only about 2.8 pounds compared to 3.5 pounds on the Vanguard, which is the bastard sword. This blade is also 6 centimeters to 2 centimeters thickness, where it tapers in the middle. How long is this blade? Why am I not seeing it? Shit. Total length. Where the hell's my blade length? Why doesn't it tell me my blade length? Hold on. Point of balance, blade thickness. Blade length, shit. 28 inches, about 20, a little under 28, 29 inches. So it's about 28 inches. So this is kind of like the length of a katana for the most part. Now look at this freaking blade. I mean, look at that point on this blade. I don't even want to touch it with it. I want to get a napkin. Hold on. I still got oil on it. So I don't want to touch it. Look at that point of this blade. I mean, that is freaking wild. This is definitely a sticker. This is a slicer and a sticker. Arming sword, really nice. I can't go nuts swinging this thing around because I am going to break my computer, break my walls. But this is a nice freaking arming sword. This feels phenomenally good in the hand. This will be a really good, like, quick bottle cutter type of thing and a good sticker. I don't have to think about what I'm going to penetrate with this thing. Very, very pointy, very, very, very pointy. It's a very, very pointy, stabby type of thing, type of point, a type of sword. You can see basically how fine that point is. This is a really, really nice freaking blade. Look at that hilt. Look at that, how the thickness and how the distal taper to that point. This is beautiful. Let me go back to the chat because I can't see you guys. Oh, there you go. No, they're heavier. They're heavier gargoyles. The long swords are heavier. The bastard sword is about 3.5 pounds. It's definitely heavier than your heaviest katana. So I wouldn't say that they're the same weight. They're definitely heavier than katana. I mean, this sword is a one-handed operation. It's not a two-handed. It's a one-handed, and this happens to be about 2.8 pounds. And a katana that's 2.8 pounds is considered a little bit on the heavy side, and this is considered light in terms of European swords. So I would disagree with that. I would say the European swords are definitely heavier, if that's what you were saying. I don't know if I read it right. Yeah, no, they don't really weigh. They don't generally weigh about the same. I guess you can. The only problem with that is the ricasso, it's not really that sharp right here. So you can't really choke up. You got to choke up right here because it's never really sharpened on this side, this end of the, this low on the ricasso side, like section. It starts getting sharp maybe right around here, you know, a couple inches up. That's normal on how these swords are made. But it's got a nice little fuller that terminates right there. This is just a really nice sword. This is going to be a lot of fun to freaking cut with. If you want to see this anymore, I'll show it to you. If not, I'll go back to it. Yeah, longer blade. Like this being a shorter blade, about 28 inches at 2.8 pounds, it's still considered like a heavy katana at that weight. So I think even just a shorter blade, because they just have they have more steel. There's more steel. You know, there's a lot more steel on these blades. I mean, look at the throat on the pine. Really nice executed, clean, nice fit on this. It returns fairly easily, no rattle. Nice, also a really nice looking scabbard, leather wrapped. Just it's beautiful. All right, so let me see the next one that I'm going to show you. Yes, so you're able to kind of grip it there where the ricasso is dull, but I still want to grip that particular ricasso. It's not really meant to be a ricasso. These swords I showed you, the Vanguard, those are not really ricassos. They just happen to be, I just call it a ricasso, but it's not really meant to be a ricasso. It's just an unsharpened section of the blade. A real ricasso would be kind of like my Conan sword. I have an actual ricasso, or I have a couple of other swords that have an actual ricasso, where you have a section where you can physically grip the blade. That would be your ricasso. I wouldn't really be too comfortable gripping that blade, even though it's not that sharp. It's still a little sharp, you know. That's pretty heavy for the suede katana 2.8. I mean, listen, 2.8 is not heavy. It's not. I can't say it's heavy. I'll retract that. It's not really heavy, but it's also not very light. It's kind of like around the mid range in terms of being not too heavy, not too light. All right, so let me see the other swords I'm going to show you. I don't even know all the names of them yet, guys. So that's why I just got to go back to the website and shit. Hold on. Vanguard, Lanceler. Let me go back. I'll show you that last. Okay. The next one is the Dragon Whisperer Longsword. The Dragon Whisperer Longsword. Dragon Whisperer Longsword. Let me see if I could share the screen at the same time. Let me see. Share screen. Dragon Whisperer fucking longsword. Yada, yada, yada. Is it sharing it? Let me see. At the stage. Oh, there it is. Okay. So if you're on widescreen, you can see me a little better. This is the sword I'm showing you right now. This is the Dragon Whisperer longsword. This one comes in at around $299. Let me actually try to show you that one there. All right. So now this is a very, very big sword. Let me see if I can get you the specs on this freaking sword. This is actually a great sword or a long sword. Okay. Let me get you the specs on there. So now this sword is 36.22 inches in blade length. 36.22 inches in blade length. The handle length is 10.63 inches, including the pommel. So from here to the pommel is about almost 11 inches. So that's pretty long for a handle. Or the hilt. Point of balance on this is 3.54 inches. That's pretty impressive, if that's really the POB. The blade tapers from 4.7 centimeters to 2.7. Blade thickness tapers from 6 millimeters to 2.8. The middle, obviously, because it's sharpened on both sides. Material is the same spring steel. It's a peened tang. This actually is peened a lot better. This is a little bit more recessed. I like how this peened right here on this sword. It's a lot better than the Vanguard. This is a lot more recessed, so I'm really happy that they improved it on this one. ABS handle. Real leather wrapped with also that metal tie or something like that. It's like a metal coil here, which is really freaking a really nice touch. Nice feel on the pommel, no sharp edges. It feels really good in the hand. Very comfortable to kind of hold. You know how uncomfortable it is if it's not. And it's all stainless steel on all the furniture, on all the metal pieces are all stainless steel. So let me go back to the live stream. Yeah, it's not a great sword. It's a long sword. It's a long sword. It's not a great sword. This is definitely not a great sword. It's a long sword. So it falls in the category of a longsword. This is, but it's still, I mean, it's even hard for me to get it on screen, guys. This is a nice, stout, really beautiful sword. This feels really good in the hand. This being a true two-handed weapon, a two-handed sword, not a bastard sword. This is a true two-handed sword. This, you feel it. You feel the power and the thrust. When you hold it down by the pommel, I can't really do this justice indoors, but you can feel the thrust that you can get on. Oof. Oh, this feels amazing. You got a nice fuller right in the middle. Nice polishing work. This is beautiful. Take a look at that. Make sure I don't make a hole. There is the pommel. There's the hilt. There's the leather wrap. There's the quillions. Nice stitching work there. This is a very, very, very beautiful sword. So this is their long sword. This is, again, the Dragon Whisperer, I think it was. Is that what the hell I said? Dragon Whisperer longsword. Yes, this is the Dragon Whisperer longsword. It's about $299. It's still under $300. That's a pretty damn good deal, man. I mean, also look at the detail in the rivet or the buckle, where the buckle is. Little things that they did on the scabbard. You have this little designed button type of thing. I mean, I just like the little intricate details that they're doing on this sword, on these swords, and just the stitching work and the quality of the scabbard, and that's new wood, and it's got nice fit, very, very good fit of the swords into the scabbards, and there's no rattle, and you don't have to struggle to get it in and out. You know, that's what she said. It's these things are awesome. I mean, this is really, truly a wonderful sword. And wait until you see the last one. That's going to be my favorite. But yeah, can't wait to get the review on this done. This is going to take its own video, good introductory video. So I don't want to do too much. I just wanted to kind of introduce it to you and show you that Romance of Men is real deal. They're giving you some really nice quality freaking swords. Let me go back to the chat because I don't know what you guys are saying. I haven't really investigated exactly what type it is. It doesn't really say it. They don't really descript as far as where they're getting their inspiration for this sword. So I am not sure if it's a Type 12, but I will look into it with Romance of Men before I do its own review, Tempest, and let you know where they got their inspiration for the sword. It might be a Type 12. It might look like something like that, I believe. But you'll probably know better than me, being held a lot more European swords than I have. It's got even some nice space in the in between the blade and the guard. It's not too bad. Good quality, guys. I gotta tell you, this does not look like a sub $300 longsword. It really doesn't. They did a nice job with it. Consistency so far with all the swords that I've seen from them. You know, look at basically how nice that fit is with the cutout, and how it basically doesn't slide out. For that price, you expect them not even to hold in the scabbard, and the fact that's just the belts. No movement. So, yeah, kudos, man. Hats off to Romance of Men so far with 3 swords that look fucking great. Yeah, the Wakizashi is only $170. The Black Mamba Wakizashi that's sold by Romance of Men, the one I designed, is only about $170. So it actually went down in price. I think it was probably about $200 when they debuted it. So I think he actually brought it down a little bit in price. $170 is not bad for that Waki with a nice T10 sharp blade with the dragon engraving in the freaking blade, which is awesome. I'll take your word for it, buddy, about the Type 12. Usually a little shorter than that. I'm going to look into it. I want to get the details, get you the right freaking details from the maker, and see where they got their inspiration for the sword. I hope they make a great sword, because I definitely want to review a great sword. I want to get one of those in my hand. That's like the Wallace sword from Braveheart. He had a great sword. That thing was huge. That thing was like a 48-inch blade or some shit. That's fucking nuts. I don't know how the hell you even ship something like that. Oh, yeah, let me get rid of the website. Sorry. If you're on still vertical. No, you went back. You went out of vertical. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, so that's the sword, guys. I'll show it to you on a big screen because I know I was on a little screen. I didn't even realize it because I wasn't on the screen. So this is basically the sword right here. Beautiful, beautiful piece of work. You know, look at that decorative button right there. A little splash of green there. They did a really, really nice job with this sword. I'll show it to you again. Yeah, because I apologize. I was on a small screen. So this is a little bit better on a wide screen. So you can see basically just how imposing of a blade this is and how it's nice to have a really true, you know, two-handed, you know, operation on this sword. So yeah, this is nice. This feels really good. Let me see what the POB is on this thing. Yeah, POB is somewhere around like on under 4 inches or something like that. My finger's like kind of right around there. So it's under about 4 inches. So the POB is actually very good on this sword. And this is definitely over. It's got to be a little under 4 pounds. Somewhere around there. I actually got to take a look at that. But yeah, a full review is going to be coming on this sword as well. But I want to show you the last sword. I'm not going to bring it. I'll keep it on full screen because this is a really nice one. And for my katana people, you're going to freaking love this sword. Larry, yes, your comments are showing up in chat, buddy. I'm just not being able to see the chat because I had to go off screen to see the website page. From Sword Era, that's awesome. Zoolander, waiting for it to ship. The only. Awesome. Yeah, I have to get some. I have to talk to them. They're supposed to be sending me some swords a while ago, but I think he got caught up. But I got to talk to him. To Sword Era about some swords. Great sword is definitely a cloud freezer. Stay out of my zone, sword. That's what it is. Yep. That's what it is. All right, freaking yes, please like and subscribe, guys. Let me get rid of the this turkey thing over here. Hold on, go to style, media assets. Let me go back to my turkey badge. Happy Thanksgiving. All right, there's my turkey badge. Actually, you know what? Let's go to like and subscribe. How about that? We'll keep that up on screen. All right, so the next sword I wanted to show you is going to be the Windlash Medieval Saber. Windlash Medieval Saber. Now, I'm going to show it to you. I want to share this with you, and then I'm going to show it to you. Okay? Let's do that. Streamyard, add to stage. All right. So this is the Windlash Medieval Saber. So I want to scroll around here. I want to show you what this is. This is like a one-sided, the edge, it's a one-side edge. It's not a double edge. It's a one-side edge. It's a saber-style blade. Beautiful looking blade. And this thing is absolutely fucking devastating. $289. Good price for this damn sword, I got to say. But this thing is pretty damn devastating and wild, man. Sharp sword, lead times. It's in stock. It's about 36-inch blade. With the pommel, it's about 7.87 inches. Handle linked. Oh, handle linked with the pommel is over. It's about 11 inches. It's like the long sword. It's pretty freaking long and shit. Total length is about 47 inches total length. 3.47 pounds. 3.47 pounds. POB on this is about 4.3 inches. 6 million to 2.8 millimeters on the blade thickness. Spring steel. Peened. Tang and ABS handle with all the leather wrapping, yada, 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 yada. Okay, so that's the sword. Now let me actually get rid of the streaming and get to full fucking screen. Hold on, go back to comments. Sorry, guys. I'm doing this all on one screen right now. What, Matthew put a video out on this sword already? I didn't even know he did. He must have put it on members or something like that. I don't know. Okay, anyway. So what was it? The windlass saber? Windlass saber? I keep on forgetting what the phrase. Windlass medieval saber. Windlass medieval saber. Windlass medieval saber. All right. So now this is, for me, it's almost like a combination of a katana and a longsword, because you have a one-sided weapon. One side, the edge is on one side. It's not a double-edged weapon. It's a one-sided edged weapon. Am I saying it right? You got a really nice pommel on here. You could get a nice grip on. The peened over here. You got a nice leather wrap. Okay, you also have the metal. I like actually the feel of this metal here as far as with the two-hand operation. You got the nice two types of cross section on the Quinlan. I really, really freaking like this, how it looks. You also got that really nice fancy button over there and a really nice leather wrapped, tightly leather wrapped with the shape, stainless steel at the end and the cap, the point of the scabbard, nice mount that wraps up. It wraps the leather wraps up onto the blade, which is cool. The throat. I really, really love this freaking blade. So now you open this thing up, guys. This thing is absolutely beautiful. The back is kind of an unsharpened swedge right here. I mean, I want you to kind of really try to imagine what this is here, okay? The edge is obviously on top. It's a saber, okay? This is the edge right here, very, very sharp. This is kind of the ricasso right here, okay? This is actually a true ricasso. There's a lot to really appreciate and like about this saber. And there's a lot of getting used to. You have a nice thickness of the muneo, the spine, but you see how the distal taper is right around here, and see how it gets thick when you get to the bottom of the blade there. So this is really, once you hold this in your hand and you feel it and you see how it's a single-edged weapon, and the size of it and the sheer force behind the cut, this thing is freaking wild. This is something I really got to get used to cutting with. I think this is a pretty imposing, very effective. It's going to be a very effective blade. I feel it. I feel the balance of it. I feel how this fucking thing is devastating. Holy shit. This thing is going to be some cutter. I can't wait to cut the Tommy with this. This thing is going to go to town with the Tommy, because this is actually a pretty damn, this is a nice sharpness level on here. Yeah, I like this a lot. This is my first time really, really opening this up and looking at it. So that's why I'm kind of taking time with it a little bit. Wow. What do you guys think? Exactly, Michael. I think that's exactly what it looks like. A mess here. 90-degree spine. I don't know about 90 degrees. Maybe. It could be. I think you could probably start a fire with this spine. You maybe could. The tip is aggressive. Yeah, the tip is actually not. It's not bad. It kind of reminds me of like a katana tip. Let me actually get that focus. It kind of reminds me of a katana tip. It reminds you exactly like a katana tip. That's why this sword is more for a katana lover. I think people who love katana are not really into European swords. This is a katana lover's sword. This is a beautiful sabers in general are the sword that comes closest to a Asian style weapon is the saber, the European saber. So I think that comes closest. And this one in particular is so badass, and there's so much to love about it. It's hard for me to describe just on this live, because I really got to play with this a little bit and see how this thing works. But it feels absolutely harmonic in the hand. I feel like you could compose music with this sword in terms of cutting. Look at how this thing, you could just imagine, look at this force and the blade and how it moves with the pommel and how it's balanced. You could imagine what a great cutter and slicer this thing would be, and how much force you can put behind it by keeping it as a two-handed type of weapon. This thing is going to be absolutely stunning how it's going to work, I think. Bamboo and bone, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to be creative. Symphony of Destruction, my friend. That's exactly what it is. It's Symphony of Destruction. You feel like a master composer of death, okay, and destruction with a blade like this in your hand. I mean, this is katana-esque in nature, but with that European sword flair and that beautiful hilt, beautiful pommel, and the guard. This is really, really something else. I wanted to save this for last because this is by far my favorite sword out of the four, and I'll do this last. But this will get its own review. I'll do all the details. I'll take it out. I'll do some nice sunlight, throw some nice sunlight on it with a blue sky, and show you this thing in all its glory where you need how you need to see it. But this is one hell of a fucking sword. It really is. One hell of a sword. All right, what do you think, guys? What do you think about what Romance of Men is doing with their European sword line? Let me know. Yeah, kinda. Absolutely, guys. So yeah, this is. I'm glad you guys sat through this. This has been about a little over an hour. I am loving it so far. I agree, my friends. I am loving to what I'm seeing from Romance of Men, and this is a little bit longer. This has a little bit of a rumble, but it's still a really nice fit. Okay, in terms of the saya, it has a nice tension fit. It's just beautiful. Such a pleasure. They did a really nice job in terms of putting these swords together. I'm really, really happy with what they did here. Very, very happy with what they did. So very impressed and stoked that basically we are getting some good quality European swords that I think we can, God honest, like just, find a way to afford it more than we ever could back in the past, So if you guys are also joining me in the shorts feed, Larry, I know you're in the shorts feed. Thank you for coming in. I am also broadcasting in widescreen if you want to see everything widescreen. I just showed a whole bunch of swords. So if you guys are joining me late, if you want to catch it on the replay, I showed about 4 brand new swords on the line for Romance of Men that they just started producing European sword for a really good price, and it's really good quality stuff. Yeah, it's hard to really get an idea of not being able to swing it around, but I'll try to basically, when I do their own videos, aside from the Vanguard, which I just did, I'll try to get you an idea of the depth of how big they are and get you all the details of them as well. And thank you for being patient about the Path to Destruction Part 2 until I really get all my ducks in a row and get all my information right before I release a video on that. It's just got to be complete and perfect and done before I can get anything out there. So what did Matthew think? Who told me that Matthew showed? Michael, you told me that Matthew showed the saber. What did he think of it? I'm curious. I actually got to give him a call. I must have missed that video. I didn't see it. I'm not sure about the whole buckling system. I know the buckles are there and I have the belts. I have no idea how to put it on. I'm going to have to look that up, and I'm not sure basically how to fasten anything like that on. So I can't answer that question to you. That's not my department. It needs to be because I'm going to be doing a lot more of these, but I don't know anything about the belts or how to wear them. I got to look that up. Yeah, I know. He probably just showed it because he got it. He got it in. Is that the only one he showed, Michael, or did he show others? Sorry to hound your brain a little bit. I got to give him a call about that. Yeah, I'm curious to see what he thinks about it. You did. Okay, you ordered it too. Okay, excellent. So glad to see you guys like the product. So what am I carrying today, guys, for my knife people? 2 knives in my pocket. First is the Rhino from Off Grid. This knife is brand new elite version of the 2018 Rhino from Off Grid Knives. All titanium frame lock, beautiful titanium scales, magna cut steel. Beautiful jimping on top that you can take some really amazing grips or really get your thumb right in there, and a finger choil right here. This is just one amazing ass knife. This is it all blacked out. And then you have the, again, see it says Rhino, Elite Knives. And this is the copper gold or whatever you want to call it, copper brass version, which is my favorite. I don't even want to touch this knife. I did a review on the Rhino already. And look at how beautiful that is, guys. Absolutely fucking gorgeous. Butter smooth operation. I mean, just that enclosed ceramic ball bearings, the MagnaCut steel with that beautiful PVD coating, that nice titanium scales, frame lock, light, comfortable, excellent jimping. This is just that knife. I mean, it's that knife. That's what it is. It's got the it factor. It's got the it factor. But I'm also carrying, which I've been carrying fucking every day for fucking months now, ever since Luke sent it to me from Cold Steel, is the FM1. This is one of my favorite knives of all time. This is also a titanium frame lock. Not a frame lock. This is an Atlas lock system. Cold Steel Atlas lock, which is incredibly comfortable, incredibly rigid and tough. You can see how much use I have on this. It's stonewash, but I use the shit out of this thing. This is a S35 VN, but I got to tell you that the edge retention is so incredible. It's keeping an edge for such a long time. I use this every live long day at work, at home, cutting, food prep. This thing does not leave my fucking pocket. This and all the knives are always in my pocket, but this is always nearby. So this is the FM1 from Cold Steel. This is like having the strength of an Atlas lock or a trial locking system in this slim pickings profile, titanium, grippy, nice and comfortable, easy to carry with that S35 VN steel. Yeah, this is something else. This is really a special knife as far as I'm concerned. I like the Atlas lock, very safe, better than frame lock, better than fucking anything as far as I'm concerned. Atlas lock is probably one of the best locking systems on the market, and it goes right back in my pocket. What else do I got here? You guys still want to watch? I'll show you some more. If you guys are not sub, please sub if you can. If you're joining me from the shorts or anything like that, if you like knives, you like blades, you like just have an escape from everyday bullshit that's going on out there. And I even put a poll in. I want to see what if people did the poll. Hold on. All right. So I did a poll to say, if I were to do lives in the topic of extraterrestrial life and such, would you be joining? 85% yes, 15% said no. So 15% did say no, but 85% said yes. So there we go. So a more of a majority said they would join, but I only had about 13 votes. So it's not really a big margin. So I would have to still see if you guys are interested in doing so, man. Because I would love to do some lives about Atlas, 3D Atlas, the 3D Atlas, that freaking non-comet that's been floating around our solar system for quite some time, that they don't know exactly what the fuck it is because it's not acting like a comet. But we want to talk about it. Only 85. So for those 15% that said they don't want to talk about extraterrestrial life, I'll respect you for now. But I think eventually I definitely want to do some more lives about UFOs and all that, those genres and stuff, if you guys like that. Tempest, thanks for coming in, buddy. If you have to go, thank you. I appreciate you being here and sticking through the swords. Hope you got something out of it, my friend. I know you love that stuff, these European swords. Hopefully you have a good opinion on them so far. Go ahead, go edit your videos, buddy. I know how it is to be a YouTuber, man. Definitely. Go ahead, do your thing. Knife guy commented that you were holding it tight, making it rattle. Oh, when I had the ring on and I was hitting it. Yes. Yeah, that was pretty damn hysterical, Michael. I know. You find them all on these sometimes on the shorts feed. You find all the winners on these shorts feed. Is pretty fucking hysterical. Spyderco, not a big Spyderco guy, but I respect Spyderco. You got the Atlas lock, the VG10, cold steel, Atlas lock, small folder. Excellent, excellent. Great choice. There you go, Atlas lock. Magna cut. Great knives, brother. Great knives, Larry. Cold steels are tough as hell. You got a nice collection too, Scott. Let me tell you, man. This just came in from Fisher Blades. There's the camera. With obviously the beef jerky, always. This is the Colbert Beckwith, not the Beckwith. This is the Beckwith. Yeah, this is the Beckwith Colbert. I did a review of the Beckwith FS. This is the Colbert. This is the smaller version, the first version of the Beckwith system. This is the Colbert knife, self-defense knife. Look at the beauty, the artistic beauty of this fucking knife. Even in its sheath, how gorgeous this thing is. Look at the engagement with the slip here that you're able to kind of pull this out very, very fast. I mean, look how beautiful this freaking knife is with that reverse tanto. Actually, it is. No, it's not a reverse tanto. It is a tanto. Okay, look at the jimping over there right on top with the curvature. It's just, this is really a beautiful, beautiful everyday carry self-defense type of knife. I really absolutely love this knife. I think their knives are more of an art form than anything else. And I call them deadly art. So this is the Covert. I did the Covert, not the Beckwith Covert. I did the Beckwith FS, which is the longer version, which is by far my favorite blade it is. But I'm really liking the smaller one, man. This is just really something that you can kind of really just slip into your pocket and just, set it and forget it type of thing, and just know it's in your pocket whenever you need it. It's got that loop there that you can put it right into your belt loop. And you're able to kind of just really engage with it really fast. I mean, it's got kind of fast, quick to your hand, quick to basically the body type of knife. And I absolutely love it. So I am going to be doing a little, kind of like a review on this for the most part, because it is a unused knife. I'll do some cutting and some demonstrations on this as well. So that's coming pretty soon. I think I showed you my budget knives as well. I showed you on another video like a Christmas list. I'm going to do like another Christmas list, hopefully with off-grid. I'm going to do like a Christmas shopping list with some off-grid knives, because I think off-grid has something for everybody. And I know they have a Black Friday sale going on right now, off-grid knives. So I may be doing something by this Thursday or maybe by Thanksgiving. I may do it by either this Thursday or closer to fucking Thanksgiving, when their Black Friday sale is in full effect. I may do it next week, but I am going to be doing Christmas shopping list for off-grid knives. Tough Light, that's what it was. Cold Steel Tough Light. Yeah, I like the Cold Steel Tough Light. It's probably was 10A. I think the Tough Light is 10A. I think. Yes, please email me, my Michael. I need to talk to you. Without a doubt, please email me. You can find it on the bio there. But it's like what? Steel Forge and Fire at gmail.com. My first channel name. Excellent little knife. A lot of things I got to show you guys. I want to do a Christmas list. I showed you some Christmas shopping lists. I showed you some knives. This is Annihilate. This is the Cross Zuno Loto. It's a survival type of knife. I'm going to be doing a review on this. Pretty devastating blade. Very robust type of blade. It's just my only problem with it is this. Look, this is painful. It's painful to hold. I mean, if you have gloves on, you have no problem. But this is, look, let me show you basically, if I hold this tight and I'm doing work with it, I'm cutting with it, and I'm doing whatever I need to do with it. So I'm holding it tight, holding it tight, holding it tight. Hold on. I mean, look at my hands. Look at my fingers. Look at that. I mean, this is just bad flaw in the design. Other than that, it's a very comfortable knife. It's good in the hand, and it's got a nice weight to it. Nice forward weight, nice balance type of forward weight. Nice spine, good sharpness. It's a nice knife. I think it could be a good survival knife and a knife I could beat the shit out of outdoors, but you got to have gloves on to fucking use this damn thing, That's my only drawback with this damn knife. Then you got Throw Club, which makes a lot of good throwing knives, and they sent me a nice little 1999 or some shit type of knife. Okay, great food prep type of knife. It's a 440 steel. nice grippy G10 handle. You know, I like this little knife. Sometimes you need like a little minute knife like this just to do some simple cutting tasks. So maybe take with you to do some quick food prep and have it, you know, stick it right deep into your pocket. I really, really like this knife, but I think this will be a good little small feather sticker. If you want to get a really small feather sticker, if you don't want a big knife, you want something light that you're really going to do some feather sticking. Sometimes a knife this size, that's this slicey and this sharp in 440, I think is really what you need in the campsite to be like a good food prep to like a wood slicer type of knife. You're talking about the Annihilate. It's I'm going to review it. I'm going to review it. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to beat the shit out of it and see how tough it is. And this is this type of company, Zunluto. I actually have my Kevlar gloves is from the same company. They have a lot of good patents on some really good fucking products. They're not a bad company, but they're the type of company that takes critique. And they would take critique if I tell them, you know, if they see my video and I tell them, listen, the fucking handle's uncomfortable. I don't know what you're thinking. You got to change it. They will change the handle and make it better. They will take critique. They want me. And I told them straight out, I said, listen, I am going to give you a negative review based on the handle without even reviewing it. I will give it the benefit of that and use it with gloves. And if it handles, I'm going to give it its praise for what it can do it well. And I will let people know what they need to stay away from because of what they need to be aware of with the handle, that they need to wear gloves with it. That may turn people off. I mean, some people may be like, I always wear gloves outdoors anyway. So, because really a lot of people who are outdoors in the wintertime wear gloves anyway. So they're not really bothered about the handle being a little uncomfortable because if you're wearing gloves, I think that knife will be absolutely fine. But I will give it a benefit of the doubt, and they know that I'm going to talk about that. And they said, go ahead with your review. We want critique. We invite it. We want to see how we can make our products better. So, hey, you got to respect that, no? You got to respect that. You know, you got to fucking respect that they want me to go ahead with the review. I got it. They sent it to me. I am going to be doing it, you know? Then you got the Draconator, but I don't want to show you. I'll show you on another review, but I got to start wrapping it up, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And Michael, thank you as always, thank you for gifting the memberships as you always do. Much love to you, my brother. I appreciate you so much, more than you know. And thank you so much. And I definitely email me because I definitely want to talk to you. Larry, everyone that's been in the room, everyone that came and went. If you guys are joining me on the replay, thank you for joining me. Thank you for staying here to the end. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to try to do a weekly live if I can, or some pop-up lives. It's going to help out the channel goals a lot better, I think, and be able to talk to you guys freely and more, how should I say it? Freelance talk. It's like more freelance talk and more real and more live, to the point where I can basically hear your thoughts in real time and be able to have conversations with you. And I really do. These are some of the things I enjoy the most on YouTube, is be able to have these types of lives where I can kind of engage and talk to you guys the way we do. And I really appreciate you guys, each and every one of you. So much love to you guys. Joe Steele out. I appreciate you. Subscribe, like, and share if you're new to the channel. Thanks for joining me on the verticals. Thanks for joining me on the horizontal. And I'll see you on the next Sword of Knife video, or Blade Talk with Scab and Joe, if that's going to come up soon. We're going to have hopefully some guests before Christmas. I've talked to Scab about that. We got to kind of get back into tune together. And I haven't spoken to him in a while. He's been pretty busy, and I've been pretty busy. So that's what life is all about. If I don't speak to you guys, I want to wish. And I think I will. I definitely want to do a live before Thanksgiving. There's my turkey badge. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. If I don't speak to you before then, enjoy this Thanksgiving with your family. Have peace, have happiness, be safe. Much love to you and your families. Happy Thanksgiving. Let's be thankful for the things that we are thankful in our lives. And we are thankful for our blades and our swords. And I sure as hell am. And, of course, my kids and my family. You know that. But, you know, whimsical is our swords and our blades, the whimsical thing to say on Thanksgiving. So much love to you guys. I thank you to each and every one of you, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And I appreciate you. See you on the next live. Ciao. Awkward pause.